Guys, Chris Brandlin, your weird carnivore lawyer, the one running for Congress and doing some crazy stuff. I like to make things somewhat amusing. Hey, I talked about doing all these strengthening exercises. You could do all this upper body, core. I try to do some things in the office to get yourself out of the desk up every day. Something I always encourage for all the other attorneys, but very few of them do it. Just a lot of them don't have much self-respect. And a lot of them suffer from that LBS, that little bitch syndrome. So anyways, let's talk about strengthening your neck. I'm not going to show you the exercise to strengthen your neck, but I'm going to talk about the importance because there's a lot of neck strengthening exercises that you do when you're wrestling or boxing. They do bridging where they will, I'll show you. You'll see a lot of wrestlers bridge on their neck as an exercise because you want to hold yourself up to keep yourself from getting pinned. And since I used to be a former wrestler during high school, and then I started doing a little bit MMA when I was 18, 19, before I became a personal trainer, something I highly encourage. And wrestling just makes you a lot tougher for a lot of reasons. But there's an importance about strengthening your neck. Not only can it improve your overall posture, but it can actually be injury prevention for the long run too. And it could serve as so many therapeutic benefits. So a lot of people don't realize that if they're not strengthening their neck, they're actually losing a lot of benefits. There's safer ways to exercise your neck or strengthen your neck, but it could actually prevent injury prevention in the long run. And that's why you'll see a lot of boxers doing a lot of neck strengthening because they can take a hit. So, I'm not afraid to take a hit, and that's why I'm usually taunting people if they don't agree with my opinion. Especially all these blue-haired liberals, I'm not really too afraid of them anyways. But anyways, I'm gonna show you an exercise that's very risky. I do not recommend to do it because you're probably psychotic like myself, but you're gonna assume the risk. And I know a lot of people do not have the strong enough necks to do this. But if you have a strong enough neck, you should be able to balance all of your body weight on just your head. No hands or anything. And I started alleviating this when I started just doing neck strengthening again, and I'm going back into mixed martial arts. And I learned it because I started strengthening my neck when I was 13 or 14, right when I started wrestling. So I recommend a lot of people to do neck strengthening. But I'm going to show you a little trick. Lash, Anthony, Eric, if you guys try to do this, just remember, you assume the risk. If you want to try it, remember, you assume the risk. You could get injured. You may very well get injured, but let's try this out. So I'm going to start off with just doing a headstand with balance my hands, and then I'm going to balance it out. So right here, you can use your hands. You can alleviate a lot of the stress, right? But then you can split. And balance. All the body weight just right on my head. But I have a very strong neck, so I can do this. A lot of people can't do it because they never strengthen their neck, and they'll probably break their neck. This is something that you can try to get to at some point. Remember, the whole purpose is not just the stunt, it's the strength in your neck. There's a lot of, there's new devices they have, I think it's called the iron neck, but a lot of ways you can actually strengthen your neck. It does have therapeutic benefits because it does serve for injury prevention, and it does serve for improved posture. So guys, Chris Brandlin, eat meat, train hard, and let's make America great and healthy again.